State government ban use of commercial motorcycle, popularly known as Okada, within the Capital Territory. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori urges displaced people in Okwama to relocate to internally displaced persons camp. Federal government officially opens student loan application portal. And abroad, UK Parliament proposes ban on smartphones for under 16s. Good evening and welcome to the Delta Television News at 8. I am Ogaga Ikama. The state government has banned the use of commercial motorcycle, otherwise known as Okada, as a means of transportation within the state's capital territory. The state government also banned forthwith scrap metal scavenging, otherwise known as iron condemn, in the state's capital Asaba with immediate effect. Ejime Udueme reports. We'll bring you to that report in our subsequent bulletin. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has called on those displaced by Okwama crisis in Ughelli South local government area to relocate to the internally displaced persons camp at Ewu Kingdom. Governor Oborevwori made a call at a meeting with stakeholders from Okwama Town, Ewu Kingdom, and members of the Ewu Internally Displaced Persons Camp Committee. Ejime Udueme reports.
Administration was committed to rebuilding the town in partnership with other stakeholders, adding that relocating to the camp would help to provide those affected in order to attend to their health needs and other social services. He said no effort will be spared in restoring peace and development to the area and charged indigents of the town to uphold ideas that would positively impact on their ancestral homes.
We must follow a process. Because some IDP camp, if you don't follow that process, some people who are not living in Okwama, who are living in outside Okwama, want to come to the camp, it's the people that was displaced, that been displaced, that the people that camp is meant for.
A leader in the community, Chief Bevis Adegba, thanked the governor for brokering peace in the town since March 14, when the unfortunate incident occurred, and enjoined him not to relent in the task of rebuilding the town.
The way it happened, it may have affected this government in one way or the other, because your more agenda is very clear. No one ever wanted to make trouble in a place where there's peace.
The Secretary General of the Ewu Kingdom, Mr. Edewo Egedegbe, thanked the governor for his fatherly role and assured him that the leaders will prevail on the people to relocate to the IDP camp. He said the people were impressed with the support from the governor and appealed to him to expedite action on the contract for the health center and school projects in the community as part of the rebuilding process.
So a very big thank you to His Excellency the Governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Oborevwori, for his fatherly heart that he has displayed today. For us, this is a dream come true, that the much awaited peace of Okwama and Ewu Kingdom is being struck today.
The chairman of the IDP committee, Mr. Abraham Ogbodo, said the camp had the capacity to accommodate 1,500 persons and called on those affected to find their way to the camp for their health and social needs.
Or even as they stay in camp, almost immediately, as immediate as next week, a contract for the reconstruction or the building, the construction of a health center, and then a school building is going to take place right there in Okwama community.
He said the state government had concluded plans for the award of the contract for a new health center and a brand new school in Okwama community. Ejime Udueme reporting.
The state government has banned the use of commercial motorcycle, otherwise known as Okada, as a means of transportation within the state capital territory. The state government also banned forthwith scrap metal scavenging, otherwise known as iron condemn, in the state capital Asaba with immediate effect. Again, Ejime Udweme reports.
The Secretary to Delta State Government, Dr. Kingsley Emu, disclosed this in Asaba while briefing newsmen on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting presided over by Governor Sheriff Oborevwori. Dr. Emu, who said the ban, which was necessitated by the crime being committed with Okada and the frequently reported cases of vandalism of public facilities by the scavengers, has taken effect, stressing that street enforcement would commence June 1, 2024. The SSG clarified that the ban implied that no iron condemned cart pusher would operate in any part of the state capital territory after May 31, 2024, adding that commercial motorcycle operations had also been prohibited in some parts of the capital territory not covered by earlier ban. He said adequate sensitization campaign will be mounted before the commencement of enforcement, pointing out that the ban was not targeted at any particular tribe, but in the best interest of all Deltans.
All keke, all Okada riders, commercial motorcycle in Delta State Capital Territory Development Area, all the streets are banned for it. If you are caught, you confiscate, seize, destroy your Okada, as well as the other sanctions.
The SSG outlined other areas where the ban is affecting to include designated streets in Etiop East, Eka North East, Oshimile North and Oshimile South, Sapele, Uwe, and Warri South local government areas. Also at the briefing, the Commissioner for Information, Dr. Ifeanyi Oswoza, said the State Executive Council has terminated the contract for the rehabilitation of Warri Township Stadium due to non-performance. He added that ESCO gave approval for the amendment of the road traffic regulations and the review of interest rate on Naira credit facilities for contractor, guarantee facilities, and direct facilities.
We approved the upward review of the contract due to increase in prices of construction materials for the construction of Odi Ibabu Road in Onitshukwani, in local West Local Government. We approved the contract for the construction and reconstruction and rehabilitation of roads in Sapele Town, Sapele Local Government area.
Dr. Oswoza added that approval was also given by ESCO for the appointment of Kingsley Emuakbo Orere as the OV of Agbara Warri Kingdom, Warri South Local Government area. Throwing more light on the stadium contract termination, the Commissioner for Works, Highways and Urban Roads, Comrade Ruben Izeze, said the contract was terminated due to unpreparedness of the contracting firm to execute the job.
ESCO, in his wisdom, under the guidance of His Excellency, discovered that the contractual firm handling the project does not have the technical know-how to deliver that project on time.
Also speaking, the Commissioner for Works, Rural and Riverine Roads, Mr. Charles Aniago, said ESCO also approved upward review of a number of projects due to rising cost of materials. Mr. Aniago said approval was given for the upward review of 6-lane Asaba Waterfront Road construction contract, which will enable access for the expansion of the capital territory, stressing that the move was part of Governor Oborevwori's desire to expand the capital territory and bring about urban renewal.
The Sapele axis, we believe that as an ancient town, Sapele also need to be able to give a new lease of life. Been able to also approve a couple of roads in Sapele, almost about 9 different routes, internal roads, that will help us decongest some of the streets and make them much more motorable and add to the beauty of Sapele.
For his part, the Commissioner for Higher Education, Professor John Bull Tonukari, said ESCO approved the payment of 1.3 billion naira as retirement and death benefits to 186 retirees of the state's premier university, Delta State University, Abraka. He said the welfare of workers and pensioners was dear to Governor Borewori, adding that the beneficiaries will be paid after carrying out forensic audit on the affected persons. Ejime Uduime reporting.
The state deputy governor, Sir Monday Oyeme, has said that there is no discrimination in the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Sir Oyeme made the disclosure when an international businessman, Chief Festus One, visited him at Government House Asaba to express his intention of becoming a card-carrying member of the PDP. According to the deputy governor, PDP had entrenched democratic processes that was accommodating to its members as they work to make life better for Nigerians. He thanked Chief One for making up his mind to be actively involved in politics and for his decision to join the PDP. Sir Oyeme noted that it was heartwarming that Chief One decided on his own to join the PDP without being influenced by anybody, adding that he would join others in working for the party, especially in Ogume Ward 6. The deputy governor assured Chief Festus One that he would be accorded all the rights and privileges that are enjoyed by members of the PDP, stressing that there was no discrimination as members are free to express their democratic rights. The chairman, Delta North PDP Chief Moses Ido, and State Secretary of the party, Chief Dan Osai, who were present during the visit, also expressed their joy that Chief Festus One had decided to play active politics using the PDP as a platform. Chief Festus One said that he saw the PDP as a symbol of light, hence he took the decision to join the party. Chief One, who is an international businessman, said that the APC administration had brought hunger and darkness to the country and urged other Nigerians to join the PDP to make the country better. He said he would use his position to attract socio-economic development to his people, as well as work for a more united and progressive party. Special Advisor to Governor Sheriff Oborevwori on Government Affairs, Honorable Peter Uviejitobo, has scored him high in his 1 year in office as the Chief Executive Officer of the state. Honorable Uviejitobo, who was reacting to the first anniversary of Honorable Oborevwori as governor, said the former Speaker of the State House of Assembly has enhanced the trajectory of governance and activities of government in the state. The two-term lawmaker who represented Udu State constituency between 2015 to 2023 in the Assembly stated that Deltans are celebrating 1 year of progress, accelerated growth, and development. The special advisor acknowledged Oborevwori's strong partnership with critical stakeholders within and outside the state geared towards delivering sustainable development in the state with his more agenda. He emphasized that the development has promoted camaraderie among members of his team, the state legislature, as well as those in other arms of government, including the local government councils. Honorable Uviejitobo, a grassroots mobilizer and political strategist, further stated that the more agenda of the governor was on auto cruise aims to speedily advance the state to greater economic and social prosperity. The special advisor on government affairs described the first anniversary as a celebration of progress, unity of purpose, and hard work, even as he called on Deltans to continually strive for excellence by their support for the Oborevwori's led state government. Executive Assistants on Communications to the State Governor and member of the Association of Communication Scholars and Professionals in Nigeria, Dr. Fred Ogenesiwe, has said Governor Sheriff Oborevwori is adhering strictly to democratic principles and rule of law in the ongoing local government electioneering process in the state. Dr. Ogenesiwe made the assertion today in a swift reaction to a trending claim on social media platforms by a former member of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, alleging that youths of Anyoma Nation were sidelined in the ongoing local government electioneering process under Governor Oborevwori as the party's leader in the state. He noted that Delta State was currently experiencing full-blown democracy under the visionary leadership of Governor Oborevwori, adding that the governor, at several engagements with leaders and stakeholders of the PDP across the state, had emphasized the need for transparency, free and fair party primaries to ensure that only credible and popular aspirants with implementable and people-focused agenda emerged as candidates. Dr. Ogenesiwe, who is also the Chief Executive Officer of the Delta State Orientation Bureau affirmed that Governor Oborevwori would neither be moved nor distracted by any form of propaganda, especially when such negative outbursts obviously stemmed from personal interests. He enjoined the people, especially our Nyoma youths, not to align themselves with persons promoting politics of bitterness, saying it was against good conscience for anyone to say that Delta was experiencing a monarchical system of government under Governor Sheriff Oborevwori. The executive assistants declared that Delta State would continue to take the lead as a role model in displaying democratic values and principles and promoting youth participation in governance, as could be seen from the deliberate appointments of qualified youths as commissioners and special advisors by the governor. The immediate past chairman of Oshimili South local government area, Dr. Kedim Ezeyinli, has emerged as the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) candidate ahead of the July 13 local government election. The party's primary election took place today at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba. Henry Unogwa reports.
Addressing party faithful during the exercise, the Oshimili South PDP chairman, Obueshi Dada Okonji, and the returning officer from the state PDP, Mr. Res Ebapa, expressed satisfaction with the turnout and peaceful conduct of the primary election, while urging party faithful to give all PDP candidates the maximum support ahead of the July 13 council election. He assured non-indigents of recognition, saying they would be carried along in the scheme of things, while congratulating Honorable Kevin Ezeyinli for emerging victorious. The returning officer from the state PDP, Mr. Res Ebapa, enjoined members of the PDP to continue to give their support to the party candidates. Other speakers, including the member representing Oshimili South in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Bridget Anyafulu, expressed delight over the turnout of people for the primary election and said it was an indication that the party would win the election.
You know, it is nice for us to plan one, have a competition.
I have did well in the first tenure, and we need to do more.
At the consensus primaries, Honorable Kevin Ezeyinli was declared winner by Mr. Ebapa.
I hereby declare Dr. Kevin Ezeyinli as the winner of the Oshimili South PDP chairmanship primary.
Honorable Kevin Ezeyinli thanked party faithful for the confidence reposed in him, assuring them of towing the more agenda of the state governor if elected.
When the people support in the electoral day, and then I emerge as the executive chairman of Oshimili South, and to the glory of God and our people, we are going to do more than what we have done. One of the flagship that people should expect, like I already have mentioned before, is that towards the end of my first tenure, we're already discussing with partners on how to build a cemetery in Oshimili South.
The Oshimili South PDP primary election was monitored by the security agents and representatives of the Delta State Independent Electoral Commission, DSEC. Henry Onogwa reporting.
Nigeria Education Loan Fund, NELFund, has launched the portal for the application of students' loan. Students from federal government-owned institutions are expected to be the first partakers of the first phase of the application, while students in state-owned institutions would join later in the second phase. Earlier in the week, the managing director of NELFund, Mr. Akintunde Sawyer, disclosed that interested candidates must present admission letter duly signed by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, National Identity Number (NIN), Bank Verification Number (BVN), some personal and academic information to be eligible to access the fund. He said that 1.2 million students across the public tertiary institutions are targeted in the loan initiative, which was designed to provide financial assistance, obligatory fees, and stipends to needy students, enabling them to pursue their educational goals without the burden of immediate financial constraints. The state government has been called upon to assist the State Livestock Management Community vehicles, motorcycles, and other necessary equipment to enable it carry out its job effectively. A member of the State Livestock Management Committee, Mr. Matthew Ujene made a call while addressing members of the Special Task Force on the Anti-Open Grazing Law Enforcement in Kwale, Ndokwa West Local Government Area. He enjoined the task force to ensure that adequate compensation was made in cases where properties had been damaged. The member representing Ndokwa West in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Charles Imetulu, charged farmers and herders in the area to imbibe the culture of living peacefully with one another and put away ethnic and religious differences among other divides. The task force on the anti-open grazing law enforcement comprises personnel from the police, the DSS, and the NSCDC, as well as farmers, herders, and butchers, among other relevant stakeholders. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has congratulated the Ijaw national leader and renowned elder statesman, Chief Edwin Kiagbodo Clark, on his 97th birth anniversary. The governor, in a statement by his chief press secretary, Sir Festus Ahon, commended the statesman for his dedication to the advancement of the Niger Delta and Nigeria. Governor Oborevwori stated that leaders at the national and sub-national levels had continued to benefit from Chief Clark's astute advice on matters pertaining to the country and the Niger Delta region. He particularly thanked the chief celebrant for his immense contribution to the resolution of conflicts in the Niger Delta, adding that the people of the region and the country would remain thankful to him. Governor Oborevwori said that Pa Clark was still a tenacious and ardent nationalist with legendary zeal for his people's interests and the peaceful coexistence of Nigerians. The governor prayed God to keep Pa Clark in heart as he marked his 97 years of outstanding achievements and enduring fulfillment on earth. Meanwhile, the Speaker, State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Imomotumi Ikwo, has felicitated Chief Edwin Kiagbodo Clark as he clocked 97. The Speaker, in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Nkem Weke, described Chief Ike Clark as a quintessential icon and dependable voice in the Niger Delta, a father and a shining ambassador of Ijaw Nation, stressing that the non-Nigerian is undisputed and national treasure. The Speaker emphasized that the celebrant had always promoted justice, equity, equality of the people of the Niger Delta, as well as ensuring the oil-rich region was not neglected. Honorable Ogoa, on behalf of his constituents and the state legislature, wished him happiness, good health, God's grace, and peaceful life. A fire outbreak has occurred at the Kachit Cinema at Upernam Road, Asaba, destroying a considerable section of the film house. The fire, which started in the early hours of today, disrupted vehicular movements around the House of Assembly, Miriam Babangida Way, and behind the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Asaba branch. The cause of the fire is yet unknown at the time of filing this report, and there is also no official information on the extent of damage caused, as staff and several people who thronged the complex tried to salvage some properties. However, no casualties was recorded, as men of the federal and state fire services were on grounds to curtail the fire from spreading further. Still to come, UK Parliament proposes ban on smartphones for under 16s. Details of this and more coming up shortly.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello? Where Glow now?
I did here.
Glow don't go village. Tell all our customer abi.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow dedicated 10x. Now he might they take tension my customers. Now they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah. Wait, so with 1.5 when they give all of us, so you they enjoy up to
15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See, when I say we enjoy if we not join Glow dedicated 10x. When I go get 1,000 naira welcome credits. Finish.
Glow, you don't win.
Una see they here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Glow. Please save now Glow with the fine. Now Glow with the go.
Okay, so enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow Berekete 10X. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. The global scene is next as we join our world news desk.
Our committee of members of parliament has said the next government should consider proposals to ban smartphones for under 16s within its first year. The Education Select Committee report outlines some of the serious dangers posed to children online. Government guidance to bar phone use in schools in England earlier this year prompted a debate on how much screen time children should be having. The children's charity, the NSPCC, said that so far, the voices of the young people themselves had been glaringly absent from it. The report published today said the risk of increased screen time for children and young people significantly outweigh its benefits. Committee Chairman Robin Walker said its inquiry had heard shocking statistics on the extent of the damage being done to under 18s. The report found there had been a significant rise in screen time in recent years, with 1 in 4 children now using their phone in a manner resembling behavioral addiction. At least 2 people have been killed after Russian forces hit a supermarket in the northern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv with 2 glue bombs, according to local officials. A large fire could be seen raging at the Epicenter K Home Improvement Store on the northern outskirts of the city. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said over 200 people could have been inside the supermarket when it was attacked. Kharkiv Mayor Ihor Terekov wrote on Telegram that a large number of people were missing and many wounded. President Zelensky added that the strike on Kharkiv is another manifestation of Russian madness. The attack will undermine the anxiety that Ukrainians feel about not having a suitable air defenses. Mr. Zelensky reiterated that Ukraine needed to be able to defend itself and needed air defense systems from Western allies. The attack is another sign of Russia's growing confidence. Its forces appear to be taking advantage of a window of opportunity to push their advantage while Ukraine waits for further Western weapons to arrive at the front.
Let's join our business news desk for happenings in the business sector.
The National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) today said Nigeria's gross domestic product (GDP) declined by 2.98% in the first quarter of 2024. In its latest report, the Bureau put the nation's current growth rate at 2.98%, saying the growth rate is higher than the 2.31% recorded in the same quarter in 2023, but lower than the 3.46% recorded in the fourth quarter of 2023. The NBS made this known today in its GDP report for the first quarter of 2024. The report said Nigeria's gross domestic product grew by 2.98% in real terms in the first quarter of 2024. This growth rate is higher than the 2.31% recorded in the first quarter of 2023 and lower than the fourth quarter of 2023 growth rate of 2.46%. The performance of the GDP in first quarter of 2024 was driven mainly by the service sector, which recorded a growth of 4.32% and contributed 58.04% to the aggregate GDP. The agriculture sector grew by 0.18% from the growth of minus 0.90% recorded in the first quarter of 2023. The growth of the industry sector was 2.19%, an improvement from the 0.31% recorded in the first quarter of 2023. In terms of share of the GDP, the services sector contributed more to the aggregate GDP in the first quarter of 2024 compared to the corresponding quarter of 2023. The Naira has lost its 4-day winning streak, depreciating 1.55% to close as 1,485.66 per dollar on the official market. This decline comes after a series of gains in the Nigeria Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market (NAFEM) window. The Naira fell to its lowest level since March 20, when it was 1,492.61 per dollar. Over the past week, the Naira has shown a remarkable recovery, gaining ground against the US dollar. The week began with the Naira trading at 1,485.66 497.33 per dollar, making a 2.45% appreciation. Forex turnover for the day was relatively low at $83.5 million, representing a significant 69.40% decline compared to the previous trading day. The naira further strengthened to 1,468.99 per dollar, appreciating by 1.93%. Forex turnover saw a notable increase to $161.41 million, a 93.31% rise, signaling renewed confidence in the market. The upward trend continued on Tuesday, May 21st, with the naira trading at 1,465.68 per dollar, albeit with a modest gain of 0.23%. The market witnessed a substantial surge in forex turnover, reaching $268.17 million, a 66.14% increase. On Wednesday, May 22nd, the naira appreciated slightly by 0.21% to close at 1,462.59 per dollar. However, forex turnover dropped significantly to $123.45 million, a 53.97% decrease, hinting at a potential slowdown in market activities. Despite these gains, yesterday marked a reversal of fortunes for the naira. The currency depreciated by 1.55% to close at 1,485.66 per dollar. Forex turnover for the day was $167.55 million, reflecting a 35.72% increase from the previous day.
Manchester United has claimed its 13th English FA Cup title after beating newly crowned English Premiership champions Manchester City 2-1 in the final played at the Wembley Stadium in London. The Red Devils opened scoring in the 30th minute after Alejandro Garnacho lashed onto a free ball following a defensive blunder to slot the ball into an empty net. Manchester City, who had dominated the game, failed to capitalize on several scoring opportunities and were made to pay as a smooth counter-attacking play by Manchester United saw 18-year-old Ghanaian-born English midfielder prodigy Kobe Mino slamming home a low shot to put scores at 2-0. Substitute Jeremy Doku, however, reduced the tally for the English Premiership champions after driving in a low shot into the near corner to beat Cameroonian goalkeeper Andre Onana. The citizens came out looking to draw level as they pressed forward, but the resilient Red Devils defense kept them at bay to hand the Erik ten Hag tutored side passage to next season's Europa League competition after a lackluster season where they finished in 8th position in the just concluded English Premiership season. The state governor, Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori, will tomorrow celebrate the first anniversary of his administration with a Thanksgiving service. The Thanksgiving with theme 1 Year of Advancing the Delta will hold at the Living Faith Church, Iguzo Road, Asaba at 10 a.m. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Sir Festus Ahon, called on party faithfuls, political stakeholders, and Deltans to join the governor in thanking God for an amazing year filled with exploits in projects delivery and unprecedented human capital development as encapsulated in the MORE agenda. Over now to the thought for the day. Only those who care about you can hear you when you are quiet. To end the news, here again are the main points. The state government has banned the use of commercial motorcycle, otherwise known as Okada, as a means of transportation within the state's capital territory. The state government also banned forthwith scrap metal scavenging, otherwise known as iron condemn, in the state capital Asaba with immediate effect. Governor Sheriff Oboriwori has called on those displaced by Okwama crisis in Ughelli South local government area to relocate to the internally displaced persons camp at Ewu Kingdom. Governor Oboriwori made a call at a meeting with stakeholders from Okwama Town, Ewu Kingdom, and members of the Ewu Internally Displaced Persons Camp Committee. We also told you that the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, has launched the portal for the application of students' loan. Students from federal government-owned institutions are expected to be first partakers of the first phase of the application, while students in state-owned institutions would join later in the second phase. And abroad, UK Parliament proposes ban on smartphones for under 16s. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching. I am Ogaga Ikama. Good evening.